This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
How old were you when you realized you were the son of a president?
I don't think anyone's ever asked me that before.
FX's Love Story. John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette.
I didn't think I could love someone like this until you.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
It's not a question of if I want to spend the rest of my life with you. It's if I'm cut out to be Mrs. JFK Jr.
FX's Love Story. John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. Watch now on FX, Hulu, and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers.
Shout out to everybody that's already tuned in. It's early mornings on the couch, and usually I like to make it, more relaxed, but it's too much shit going on in the world to be relaxed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I do be trying, but I can't help sometimes. I'm also a Taurus. So, Tauruses, we always got something to say. We do. It's just, hey, this is my calling. Before we do go on, I do want to give a moment of silence for the ones, who aren't here with us today. So let's give this moment to them. We're going to wrap this week up with two guests. I got a guest tomorrow, Bree Duvall, and Friday we got G. So two guests. Make sure that y'all tune in. You don't want to miss the live that I have with them tomorrow. Grand Rising Denise. Now, today's episode, like I said, it's early mornings on the couch. But the subject today is kids smoking BedBugs. I don't know if you guys remember when I did a report on the couch about the kids smoking butterflies. I don't know if some of you guys remember that, but and also let me pause because I noticed yesterday and the day before that when I was saying certain words, it kind of sounded weird, and it did sound weird. It was weird, but I'm gonna tell you guys what it is. I actually am on medication. And I didn't realize that it was affecting my speech until yesterday when I was listening back at myself. And then just now I just heard it. I was like, oh, okay. So listen, I just wanted to let y'all know that now. If you hear me slurring on words or it's my medication, I need muscle relaxers to relax. That's why I said I can't relax. Can y'all? Like, it's hard to relax right now, especially with everything that's going on in the world. But anyways, I want to say it was like maybe in October that I was telling you guys about this. Regardless, you can always go back and rewatch and look it up on the couch. But I was telling you guys about how the kids was, breaking up butterflies and smoking them to get high. Now, I say this because, a lot of times when we was growing up, we smoked weird shit too. It wasn't bugs, but do y'all remember when people were smoking spinach? Like, do y'all remember when people were smoking, like, leaves? For real. I remember that. It wasn't something that's, just now starting with the kids, but it is just now starting with insects. I don't remember growing up and people like, yo, let me get that. That's a big ass butterfly. I could smoke that motherfucker down. I don't remember that. I don't remember people looking at butterflies as anything other than good luck. That I didn't see anybody looking at it like, that's my next high. But the day that we live right now, the times that we're in, kids are actually smoking butterflies. And they're not telling you, but do you know a kid died from that? From smoking on butterflies. He died. And that's not making kids want to go, oh, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's making kids more so want to try. Influence is a motherfucker. Peer pressure is almost even worse. Influence is so strong that it doesn't even have to be true. But if one person hears it and it makes them want to try, that's where whoever put out the information won. What if the very first person that smoked the butterfly was AI? What if it wasn't even never real? And these kids, they seen it and they heard it, and now they want to try. I looked up the BedBug situation. And I want to say this, even if it is a hoax, that part, let me tell y'all what is the fucked up part about it, is influence, period. If you telling me that it's a hoax, that it's not even real, but y'all still got the fake ass news clip up, if it is fake, I seen a news clip. I didn't get a chance to verify if the news clip was real. I just made my assumption on this, is if you are a person that, you know, you like to make jokes. Jokes is good, cool, whatever. It's certain things that you don't joke about. It's certain things that you just don't do. And like I was talking about last night, you know, certain things, like, where's the honor in the way you guys live some of your lives? Like, where's the honor in you know, saying something and meaning it, or doing something, you know what I mean? Like, where's the honor? A joke is one thing, but you literally putting information out there and not even telling nobody it's a joke. You literally are letting people assume that it is real. That's manipulation at its finest. Very manipulative. Because kids especially, they're way more influential than us. And let me tell you what's so fucked up, is even us as adults are still influenced by the things in life, by your peers, by social media. So if you can still be influenced by social media, what makes you think that your kids won't be influenced by social media? They're not going to think, let me do some digging. Let me see if this is true or not. All they're thinking is, wow, I might have some BedBugs that I can try out because we have BedBugs. And that's a real thing, because you're not putting it out there like, oh, this is a big joke, you know, don't try it. You're not even saying, you remember back in the day when shit used to happen and at the end they'll say, kids, don't try this at home. Remember that? That warning. There's no more parental warnings anymore. There's no more viewers' discretion is advised. There's no more of that. It's literally just put the information out there and see who's going to bite, see who's going to take, see who's going to make this go viral. Y'all want to go viral so bad that you forgot to put viewers' discretion is advised, or this is just a joke, or y'all forgot to do that. Y'all so busy want to get one over on the whole world and go viral, and then after you go viral and get that check, then you're going to be like, oh, well, that wasn't even real. I was actually just... That's what the government is doing to us. So why would you do the same shit that the government is doing to us? They're making us believe something that is not true for the masses, and they're not putting viewers' discretion is advised, or this was just a joke, or this is just a test. They're not doing that. And, you know, I want to say birds of a feather flock together because, you know, that's y'all daddy. That's y'all daddy. Why y'all up here acting like this? No, for real though. It's not fair to put false information into the media. Okay. Y'all pick and choose which false information you want to put out. Putting out AI pictures of yourself, that's false information. But it's okay, right? Because that's what y'all doing. But to go as far as making a whole news clip, something to scare the media, something to entice the kids, that's not right. It's not right. It's not right to influence any kid to do wrong. We already didn't get to have our own choices growing up on how we wanted to grow up, on when we wanted to become adults. Some of us had to become adults fast. Some of us had to become adults late. But it wasn't our choice, either which way it went. So why would you, knowing the trauma that you go through right now, knowing the things that you go through right now, why would you do the same thing to a child, especially a child that's not yours? Why would you do that? Why put false information out there without letting people know that it's fake? You want people to believe that it's real. Why? Because doing that, if this is a hoax, when are you guys going to let the world know that it's a hoax? Because there's kids that's looking at this news and they're hearing the words, BedBugs have this hallucinogen in it. They can't get a hold of shrooms. They want to try a hallucinogen. They want to try drugs. And that's just real. Not all kids, but some kids do. Some kids are influenced by their environment, by their peers, and by social media, especially. So if you're putting out into the atmosphere, getting high on BedBugs has a hallucinogen in it that no other hallucinogen can be, like you're making it so enticing that someone is going to want to try, mainly kids. That's why whoever started the smoking butterflies, there's now a kid dead from smoking butterflies, which the smoking butterflies, the whole news of it could have all been a hoax as well. But did that kid know? No. What that kid heard was hallucinogen in butterflies or hallucinogen in BedBugs. They didn't think to do research. They didn't even hear the rest of the news where he said, well, there's also, a chemical in it that can cause serious damage or kill. They didn't hear that part. And a lot of times when people hear something about a drug or they know that somebody died from it or something like that, they don't automatically be like, you know what, I'm not going to try that because it might kill me. They think, I think I'm stronger than that. I think I can try that drug and survive. So what makes you think that kids aren't listening to this and they not thinking, you know what? Ooh, okay, I can actually get high on a BedBug and it won't even show up in the drug test. Or I can get high on a BedBug and my parents won't even know because I don't smell like anything. They seen it on TikTok. They seen it on Facebook. Someone else tried it. They didn't say that that person died. So why not I try it? Y'all not having enough talks with your kids to even know. Respectfully. Like, I'm not saying that to be mean or to judge you. I'm not judging at all. I'm just saying, like, how do y'all know if your kids ever even thought about smoking a butterfly? Because who know to talk about your kids about insects in that way? Who knew? And especially if you're one of those adults or parents that don't, engage in social media. You don't get on social media, especially if you work all the time and you don't even have time to look at your kids' social medias. You don't know what they're being influenced by. You don't know who or what they are following or what comes up on their feed. Because the feed doesn't say viewers discretion advised. The feed is going to go to whoever. For you page. It's for you. If you looked at something that might pertain to this, it's for you. They didn't ask how old you are. They said for you page. Not for you if you this age. Period. It's going to go to their page, your page, his page, her page, his page. Yeah, I said shiz because, stop playing. You're not actually asking, and I learned this when I was coming up. I say it like I'm really old. But if you don't ask the right questions, you will never get the answer that you think that you need or that you're looking for. If you say, are you being pressured into smoking weed? You're asking specifically about weed. And if you're not being specific, and a lot of us are like this, if you're not specific, that's how you get away with doing whatever you want to do, because you could say, well, you wasn't specific about that. You didn't ask me about that. You asked me about this. Well, if you're not specific, then you'll never get the answers. If you don't specifically say, hey, have you been peer pressured into smoking BedBugs or butterflies? Any type of insect? If you don't know to ask that, then they don't have to tell you. They don't have to tell you the truth. You said, yep, my niece saw the deal on butterflies on her phone, and she was telling her mama about it. Well, guess who don't have a phone anymore? No, that's real. Because it's not even anymore illegal drugs that's being influenced to these kids. I don't know if you guys seen, it was also another segment that they spoke about Benadryl. And I'm so, oh my gosh, when I heard that story, it made me think about when I was a kid. Oh, I can't even believe I used to do this. I can't. But I remember growing up, I needed to make some money. And I don't know why I needed to make money. I guess because I didn't feel like I was getting the stuff that I wanted. I was getting the stuff that they wanted to give me. Like I had to wear certain clothes. And I'm like, I don't want to dress like that. But I got to dress like this because my parents is buying it for me. So I was just thinking in my head as a kid, like, I got to make my own money so I can get what I want and what I think that I need. So I started selling drugs. To me, I was innocent because I wasn't really selling drugs. I was selling Benadryls. And I made people believe that it was cocaine that they was buying from me. As a child, y'all. So to see that it came back around and people are really like dying from getting high off Benadryl. Yo, that could have happened to me. I could have killed someone. What the fuck was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. I was a kid. I didn't even get influenced by nothing. I just remembered what a Benadryl made me feel like and what the inside looked like. And it looked like cocaine. It don't smoke like it. Because somebody brought it back like I smoked it and it was smoking. Like it was smoke. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I ain't never done it, so I don't know which batch is good and which batch. I was a kid talking like this. What was wrong with me? I don't know. Even to this day that I'm even talking about it right now. Yo, shout out to the people that I went to school with and sold Benadryls to. I know you still watch me, and I'm so sorry. Like, I literally thought that I was a kid. I thought I was doing something. So you have no idea what your kids think they're doing right now. Where did I see cocaine from? I don't even fucking remember. But I remembered what it looked like. and that I could make this pass if I don't let any of the pink part of the Benadryl crack inside this motherfucker. I got a bag on me. Hey, Grand Rising. I got a bag on me. I'm about to get rich. And they was paying me faithfully. And once they started coming back, I knew I got one over on them. And, y'all, I was a kid. Oh, my God. What in the hell? I was like, yeah. So they kept coming back. So now, my parents, they trying to figure out why I got these new clothes. How come I always got money to buy whatever I want? Why do I look different than what I did last month? So this is when my dad started preparing me for prison. And he started searching me, shaking me down, just like in prison, just like in juvenile, just like in DHS, searching myself. Yeah. And if he finds something that ain't what he feel like is his standard, at one time this motherfucker took a roll of my money. I was so pissed. Matter of fact, I went to juvenile that day. I went to juvenile that day because I literally fought him. Because why would you fucking take my money? Or, well, I don't know where you got it from. What are you out here doing? Let me finish searching your room. Give me this. Then he finds some residue. Mind you, I'm in my head, I'm like, shit, I'm innocent. I ain't finna get in no trouble because that's Benadryl. I don't give a fuck what you find. So he finds I had this like little brown wooden case. You could just clamp it open and put whatever you want in it. He opened that motherfucker and seen all that Benadryl, but it was busted down. It didn't have you would have never known it was Benadryl unless I told you. You know what I'm saying? So he opened it up and he like, oh, so you have cocaine in my house? You got cocaine in my house? Gina, your daughter got cocaine in the house. And I'm just sitting there looking at him like, because I know it's not cocaine. And I'm like, it ain't even cocaine. Yes, it is. Look at this. Then he puts it on his tongue. Gina, my tongue is numb. Well, if y'all didn't know, if you bust open a Benadryl, it will make your tongue numb too. I didn't know that part. I didn't know that matched the drugs. I didn't know none of that part. I was thinking I was just like, coming up on some money. I got my ass beat, and we started, like, literally, and it wasn't I got my ass beat, like, no, my father used to punch me in my face. So when he punched me in my face, I'm thinking, you know what? You took my money, bitch. And, yeah, this is what I was thinking about my parents at that age. Yes. You took my motherfucking money. We about to lock. So I start fighting my daddy. And he calls the police on me. He tells them I got drugs, money, and I got to get the fuck out of his house. They took me to juvenile, and that was my very first case. That was my second case because I was already on probation. Ooh. Anyways, I wasn't influenced by anything on social media at that time. I was influenced by the music that my parents was playing at the time. They was playing music about getting money, hustling, and I wanted to do that. I knew that if I wanted to make some extra money and I wanted to get the things that I needed, I knew that I had to hustle. So that's what I did. I found a hustle. I went through they pill cabinet one day, and I was just like, I didn't know what I was looking for. And then that's when I came across a box of capsuled Benadryls. And I knew that was it. That was the money maker right there. And I took the capsules and I bust them down for my first batch. And I was just like giving away basically like shit. If y'all know anybody, like, you know what I'm saying? I was at a predominantly white school, okay? And a lot of those kids, honestly, no shade, loved drugs. And we was young as fuck. So I know if we was young as fuck doing that type of shit, what the fuck make y'all think? And it don't matter what your parents do in their life. I don't give a fuck if your parents is the best parents, if they pastors. Nothing can stop influence unless you tackle it head on. And if you know about it. Because if you don't know that your child is being influenced by something or someone, by the time you find out, it might be too late. They might already have it in their head who they are and who they want to be until they get the fuck out your house. I'm just saying. That's how it be. I remember I was there. I did that. I almost can't even believe I did that shit. Like, how? And then now that I'm thinking about it, I was influenced by the music. Shit, I was like, shit, I got to be just like that motherfucker that was just rapping. What? All I got to do is do this. And I ain't even got to get on the corner. See, I thought I was doing something big. I was like, shit, I ain't even got to be on no motherfucking corner like them niggas was rapping about. All I got to do is go to school. That's it. And them kids made sure to have money all the time. No one asked me at the time when I was a child what I'm being influenced by or is something influencing me. I didn't even get to talk about drugs when I was kids, let alone sex. So now that we are adults, we know the things that we went through and we know how to stop what we went through. Be specific when you're talking to your children. Don't just ask them about drugs, because nowadays you got to ask them about bugs. It sound fucked up. And if it is, like I said, if this is some big hoax that nobody knows about the joke but you, the person that made it, you are the fucked up one. You are the manipulator. And you are the reason why these kids would end up dead or fucked up, because you making them believe that if they smoke these BedBugs, it's a hallucinogen in it that'll take them to another world. And it is going to take them to another world. You just didn't tell them that the world was death. And it was the world that wherever death take you, that's the world you're going to. You didn't tell them that part. Y'all just laughing and watching the shit spread like wildfire. No care in the world. That's sick. And, it makes me think that some of y'all really want to be murderers in real life. Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy, but some of y'all really want to be murderers in life, because why do you put things out there knowing the damage that it will cause? Knowing the effect that it will have on certain people. If I know that, matter of fact, you don't even got to know where somebody's mental is. You could say the wrong thing at the wrong time. That could make them commit suicide. That could make them shoot up your job. That could make them come murder you. When y'all put things out there, y'all know what y'all doing. You're purposely putting this out there to hurt this person. Not giving a fuck what that hurt does to that person. That hurt can make them hurt themselves or you. You're a murderer. You just putting it out in the atmosphere, hoping that somebody murders them for you because of the message or the intent that you put out, or that they murder themselves. That is still on you. Period. No matter how you look at it, it's on you. Stop being undercover murderers, because that's what y'all are. Y'all not even bold enough to do it your goddamn self. Denise said, girl, when I was locked up, I had a girl used to ask us to buy her bottles of Benadryl off Canteen. She would take a bunch to get high off, to the point where she would have blue lines around her lips. It was so scary. Exactly, Denise. People really, like, I really can't believe I did that. Honestly, I can't. Like, I was how old was I? 14, 13, 14. 13, 14 when I started doing that. And again, it was because I remembered what a Benadryl made me feel like. And I was like, well, that's how they be acting on TV. And, in my young mind, I'm like, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? If I can get away with it one time, I can get away with it as many times as I can. Baby, when they kept coming back, I was like, I hit the jackpot. Like, prices kept going up. I'm like, as a kid, like, oh no. But whenever I got shook down by my father, I used to get, and then after that, my dad made sure to shake me down all the time after that. I'm not saying go shake your kids' rooms down, take their doors off like my dad. I'm not saying do none of that. I'm saying just talk to your kids. Shakedowns, listen, I know sometimes people feel like they have to search their kids' room. But if you don't trust your kid enough to let you know what's in their room, I don't know. I just don't believe in preparing them for prison or juvenile. And I felt like that's what it prepared me for. Because when they started shaking me down in prison, I was like, I've been ready for this. Like, who is ready for a shakedown? Like, I've been hiding stuff that so it wouldn't get taken since I was a kid. And then I grew up and I'm in prison. I'm in the same type of situation. Before we wrap up, I do want to tell you guys this last story about one time when my dad did a little house meeting. It's a little funny story. It's off the subject, but so, like I said, my dad after that used to shake my room down all the time. One day, he comes in the house, and I don't know what made him want to go shake my room down, but he goes, Nelly, go to the living room. I'm like, go to the living room. So I'm going reluctantly. I'm sitting in there, and I hear a bunch of noise in my room. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I know I ain't got nothing, so I don't give a fuck. So I'm sitting there like this. All of a sudden, I hear, house meeting. So everybody come, my sister, my brother, and my mom. My dad is sitting there like, he's pacing through the hallway to my room. He's like, Gina, look what your daughter had. And he throws this rainbow thing up in the air, and it's going shoosh, shoosh. And then finally it lands on the table in front of us. And it's like a fish flopping out of water. Because he found my dildo. This is around the time where he found out that I liked women. He found my dildo. And that house meeting turned into, now to this, if I was still cool with my family, they would bring that story up all the time because they think it was the funniest shit. But you know what? Ooh-wee. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was funny. Seeing that big old rainbow dick just flying around. But don't search your kids' rooms. You never know what you might find. You might find a rainbow dick. You might find a wooden, little thing full of Benadryl. Talk to your kids. Don't shake your kids down and prepare them for prison. And if it's not real that they smoking BedBugs, do remember that they was smoking butterflies. So don't put it past you, even if somebody put it out there just to see if it's going to happen. We got to be careful with what we do and say on social media, the influence that we put out as content creators. Y'all taking this AI shit a little bit too fucking far. And y'all putting fake news out there and getting these kids influenced for no fucking reason. Y'all got to cut that shit the fuck out. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. We do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time. And every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. I do have two guests this Thursday and Friday. So we wrapping this week up with two guests, Bree Duvall and G. Can't wait to have Bree tomorrow. I will see you guys on the couch. Remember, this is going to be her third time on the couch. All you got to do is look up her name and you can see any of her other episodes of when she was on the couch. I love you guys so much. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. Y'all, talk to your kids and be specific. Otherwise, you ain't going to get the answer that you need. It's the Couch Chronicles, where ain't no fucking limits. Love you guys.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return.
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.